Give us an idea, Gary, from your perspective, what an impact he's been able to have over the last 9 days on that group.
I'm absolutely stunned, to be honest with you, Dave. I didn't think that was possible tonight, what I saw in terms of response, because I thought that the players had sort of cemented what they do week in, week out now over many months of the end of last season, the start of this season. So what's happened this week, I don't know, but they've responded. Maybe the slight changes in personnel, making brave decisions. Obviously, you know, the captain, the star player have both been left on the bench, which means the manager just gains a little bit of gravitas maybe with other players. I think Bruno has responded. I think that obviously Martinez at the back has played well alongside Varane. I don't know what it is, but I can't believe what I've just witnessed. I mean, Liverpool weren't at the best, let's be really clear, but they weren't at the best against Crystal Palace and Fulham. But it was just the effort difference that we saw from Manchester United. They've outrun Liverpool, they've out-sprinted Liverpool, and we've questioned that a number of times on this show over the last sort of 12 months that they're not capable of doing it, and they've shown tonight they are capable of doing it.
Is that the biggest surprise, Jamie? I mean, we'll come on to what happened to Liverpool tonight, but in terms of Manchester United, from where they were against Brentford.
Yes, I mean, listen, we said it throughout commentary, they're outstanding. You could feel it in I think the first 30 seconds. Bruno Fernandes sprints at sort of Alisson. You could feel it was going to be that type of the game. And the disappointment for me was that Liverpool weren't ready for a derby game. And that for me is unforgivable. I mean, I absolutely love this team, what they've done over the last 4 or 5 years. And you can very rarely throw that at them. But it's happened too often this season. In the first 3 league games, it's happened twice where they don't look ready for a game, and that's something I think that we're worrying sort of Jurgen Klopp right now. What I would say, and listen, I thought Manchester United were brilliant, but tonight was a different game than what they had in the first 2 games, where they had 70% of the ball, and the other team did to United what they've done to Liverpool tonight, where they've looked intense, the running stats. But when you have 70% of the ball, as United did, the opposition are normally going to run more than you have more sprints than you. So the games will be different coming forward, but in terms of intensity, their attitude that the managers asked for, it was night and day compared to Liverpool.
He brushed off my question, Roy, on emotions tonight, Erik ten Hag, but how much strength will he take from those big decisions, those big calls, actually paying off?
Oh, it's a huge boost for him. Because, again, there is question marks. He's trying to win the players over. He's made some big calls tonight, playing home to Liverpool. It's on the TV. He knows it's a huge atmosphere. And he wins the game. It's the best feeling in the world when you win a game of football. You go into the training ground tomorrow, the manager, the players, the staff, everyone, the canteen. It'll just give everyone a lift, that bit of energy. The feel-good factor will be back at the club for a few days anyway until the next game. They obviously have to back it up, like he said. It's no good just doing it once every few weeks, not when you play for Man United. So I think it's a big boost for him and the staff and the players. And as I said, there's only benefits from winning football matches.
And it's a building block, isn't it? It's the first building block. But Jamie's saying it's a very different challenge, playing a team like Liverpool to playing teams that are going to let you have the ball.
Now that can't be a one-off. That's the standard that they've now set, that we've all seen it. You know, hundreds of millions of people around the world will watch that game over the next few days in terms of the work ethic, the amount they've run. I think it was 12k more than they ran last weekend, something like that.
They were 13 down on the opposition last week, and they were 2 kilometres above them this week.
Yeah, but they've run a lot more tonight than they have done previously. So they've set themselves a standard and also played some decent football along the way. And I have to say that tonight also it demonstrated that Erik ten Hag doesn't have to come here. I mean, obviously in certain games he will dominate possession, but he doesn't have to dominate possession in every single match. He can play on the counter-attack, which they've done tonight successfully. But I think it's really important. Look, I think Manchester United teams that have done well have always had legs up front, players who can run, players who can stretch the legs and run the length of the pitch and counter-attack. Tonight Manchester United had that. And they had a back four that were tenacious. The boy Melissa at left-back, I saw a little bit of it against Brentford. A little bit of fight, a little bit of tenacity, a little bit of spirit. He brought that against Brentford, and he's brought it tonight in abundance. And everybody else then just gets a buzz off it. The crowd were cheering after 2 or 3 minutes because of tackles, not because of goals, not because of brilliant passes, because of tackles and effort. And that's probably a sad indictment of where Manchester United have been. But you've seen the response that they can get from this crowd. Obviously, it was a crowd that tonight could have gone moody. They were under great pressure, those Manchester United
I think you
players.
felt at the start of the game, United were on a precipice, weren't they, here tonight?
Honestly,
could have gone either way.
They were under massive pressure tonight, those Manchester United players. You know, it would have turned in here. It would have been awful if Liverpool go 1-2 up in that first 20 minutes. So for them to respond to what they did last week is a big moment for Erik ten Hag and the players.